back. I see a lot of familiar faces. I want to thank you again for all coming and joining us at our digital marketing and training grant program. Our third training tonight. Um, I really the feedback has been great so far, and I appreciate you guys all taking the time to join us. Um, I am going to just give a quick, I think many of you have heard this already, but this program was first introduced in 2021. Actually, Susu was the one that put on the two trainings for us in the middle of COVID. And so she was so wonderful, put two trainings for us. And it was very successful. At that point, I think we had like 70 people on one call, but it was from all over. And so after much success, both through the training and both for the grant program, we decided that'd be great to run it again because when we did the survey a few months ago, people said that marketing, social media, just how to build our business through digital commerce was one of the biggest things that they needed help with. So to be eligible for these grant funds, you have to attend 3 out of the 4 trainings or have to watch the recordings and certify that you've watched them. So this will be on, you can see all the links after this and watch them again. Um, you can receive up to $3,000 to implement digital marketing services. So you'll see in the application, you have to let us know what you're hoping to use the funds for. And the program has roughly around $50,000 available, and it will run until it's depleted. So I'm hoping that will assist around 16 businesses. If we have funds left over, we'll try our best to help everyone. So we're here November 19th. Thank you so much. We're here with Susu, Transform Your Business with Marketing Automation, AI-driven tools. I'm really excited about this one because this is very foreign to me, but I think we've all seen how much the world has changed with AI in all of our lines of work. And so I'm intrigued to see how this plays a part with small businesses as well. Next week, we're back in the morning. We have a little switch up. We're going to actually be creating a digital marketing plan with Placid Marketing. So that will be in the morning. Originally it was the PR, but we had to switch some things around. So I'm talking too much. So tonight we're just going to do, oh, I'm sorry, where we're at right now, introductions and housekeeping. We're joined by Susu Wong from Tomo 360. She'll give a presentation a little longer. I think my times are off here a little bit. And we'll have plenty of time for Q&A. Just some quick housekeeping. Please stay muted during the presentation to avoid distractions. Please turn your cameras on. I think it's always good if you're asking a question if we can see you. Please raise your hand when you're ready to ask a question at the Q&A, and I will let you know that you're up. Again, this event will be recorded, and we'll be sending the recording and presentations to attendees after. And like I said to some of you joined after, if you wouldn't mind renaming yourself with your first, last, and business name, I think that's super helpful. And just most importantly, I think I already said it, but I'll say it again, we're just thrilled to have you here. And now I'm going to hand it over to Susu Wong from Tomo 360. She's going to be talking about transforming your business with marketing automation and AI-driven tools. So I'm going to stop sharing and hand it off to Susu. And Susu, if you just want to introduce yourself and kind of give some background about yourself, that'd be great.
Yeah, thank you, Erin. Nice to see you all. Thank you. My name is Susu Wong. I run a marketing agency called Tomo 360, and we've been around in business for about 12 years. And I'm gonna talk to you about some automation tools and creating some marketing strategy. So let me share this. Awesome. Just a little bit about Tomo 360. As I mentioned, we founded in 2012. We're a full-service marketing agency, and we are also a statewide contractor with the state, and we're certified business enterprise. Here's a snippet of some of our clients. We work with our clients on websites, social media, SEO, and ads, and a lot of everything that's online. We do that. And just a little bit about my background. I founded a company in 2012. I have worked in Fortune 100 companies, so healthcare, nonprofits, and I was also an adjunct professor in my previous life at UMass Lowell. So what we're going to talk about tonight is considerations on creating content. As you know, that content is very important, not just for your website, but for social media, press releases, anything that you do online touches upon having a good content strategy. So we're going to start with that. And then we're going to we're going to talk a little bit about automation and using ChatGPT and some of the tools for your day-to-day content. And learning a little bit about AI and the applications, and then how we can improve marketing efficiency, not just with AI, but also email marketing. So that's the outline. So to start off, there are many different kinds of content, right, that you can create from blogs. We do blogs a lot because it helps with your search engine ranking. When people can search you on Google, it means that they can find you, and when they can find you, then they know about you. So having a good blog content on your website will be very helpful for your business. And for us, we do a blog every month religiously because that's how we can put in keywords. And when people can find, let's say, top 5 tips for social media in 2024, we hope that they can find us. Videos are very good, very highly engaging. We all love watching videos, memes, and reels on Instagram, and those are really good. I'm sure you've been on YouTube to learn how to change your light bulb in your car, right? Infographics are very good tool to use to simplify, very complex stuff like applications, like filing applications and stuff like that. It's also good for carousels, for social media. Podcasts are for people who rather listen versus reading content. So, podcasts are very popular, especially when you're driving long distance and you want to hear podcast. And then, of course, social media posts, short, entertaining, engaging, that can help you to increase interaction between you and your potential customers or your followers. So here's more content format. In terms of blogs, you want to have like somewhere between 500 to 1500, and then for videos, for reels, like in Instagram or TikTok, right? You want to hit around 15 to 30 seconds for short forms. And then if you want to do something longer, you want it to be on YouTube. Like if we decide to post this webinar on YouTube, then it's more than it's probably about an hour. You wanted to use it on YouTube, or Vimeo is another platform. Infographics, talked about summarizing complex content. Podcast is really good for interviews and panel discussions. Social media posts, short and engaging. So in a nutshell, these are some of the contents that we will be working at some point in the future or right now. And then what you can do is really, if you write a blog, a very long blog, right? You can convert them into infographics. You can convert them into a blog post, small, short blog post. And the same thing with a short blog, right? If it's a blog, you can summarize them into different bullets and create a video on that. We do a lot of video on how to describe things, how to write a social media post. Those are really good snippets of information that you can put in a video. A long video can transfer into a podcast, and a short video can transfer into social media. So even though that you may spend an hour doing a long blog, and you can repurpose all these things. And the good thing is you can use AI to write your blog these days, which I'll tell you in a little bit. In order to write really good content, right? You need to plan it. So start thinking about what are your goals, like what do you want to do, right? Because the first thing is always thinking about, well, we want to generate leads, we want to build sales, right? But if you think about how you engage with customers or potential customers, you kind of have to turn your audience, your followers, to people who are interested in you, right? And then you can generate the leads and then turn them into customers that can help you to recruit other customers. For example, reviews, right? So figure out your content, what you want to do, what are your goals. And then the next thing is, who are your target customers? Who are your target audience, right? For Tomo 360, we work a lot with nonprofits, and so some of our target audience, nonprofits. So last month we wrote a blog on how to promote Giving Tuesday. So that's our target audience, right? But it doesn't have to be just one set of audience. I mean, you can have different audiences. So you want to kind of target your content based on who you're going to talk to, who you're talking to, right? Who you're trying to read, who you're trying to reach, sorry. And understanding your readers, right? How do they like to engage with you? Like, are they the people, the followers that want to have short snippets of videos, or are they readers? Like what do they enjoy most when they read your content or consume your content? And then based on that, you can select a type of content and put in a schedule for it. So in other words, if you have a younger audience, young audience, and they're probably on TikTok and they're probably on Instagram. So then you really want to base on those contents toward them, right? So you want to have more videos, you want to have memes, you want something fun. And another thing is, like, let's say if you're in a more like community-based type of organization, then you may want to be on Facebook groups. You may want to be on some of the community places. And then if you have a team of content writers, or you just yourself, you want to be able to be responsible on who's going to create the content and when we're going to publish it. For us, we have a content calendar, and we're building the 2025 calendar, and we have list of topics and keywords and where do you find the content. So writing best practices for writing content is, number one, know your audience. What will they be interested in? And the second thing is have a voice, right? Have your tone of voice and how you communicate. So then when people read your content, they know it's you, right? Because you establish yourself a certain personality and a certain brand voice. So, decide on how you like to interact with your followers. Like whether you want to be friendly, you want to be a little bit more formal, or do you want to be like more engaging? So, if you want to be more engaging, you probably want to ask questions, or set up polls on social media. So decide what kind of brand voice you want to be. And then always have a strong call to action. So what do you want people to do after they read your content, after they see your social media post? Do you want them to share? Do you want them to do you want just have like, do you want them to learn more in a different link, send them to another link, learn more information, or do you want them to buy? So always have a call to action, a reason why they want to read your content. And then the another thing is, I know you hear a lot about SEO, right? SEO is basically keyword searches, right? So when you put a hashtag or certain words in those content, it helps people to find you, whether it's on your website or in your social media, right? So think about keywords. Headlines, whether you're writing email or your caption on your social media, have a catchy headline. I call them hooks, right? It's how do you hook them? And then if it's a video, make sure that you use good images, some of your visual elements. If you're making a reel, make sure you have some trendy music to go with it, some trendy songs. You can find all of those trendy things directly on Meta when you create a reel. So those are some of the techniques for how you connect, how you create content. So the first thing is we talked about knowing your ideal customers, right? So the first thing is like, what are their problems? What kind of things can you do? Like as a business owner, what are you trying to solve their problems? What are their challenges, and what do they want from you, right? So for example, Tomo 360, we want to help customers with their marketing problems. What are the challenges? They have no time, right? They don't know how, or they just don't want to do it. And what do they want to do? They want to find a company that can help them to do all these things so then they can focus on their business. Whether you're a restaurant, whether you're selling products, right? Your business is what you're trying to sell, and you want to interact with your customers. And you may not want to do all these marketings because you just don't have the time. So how do we do that? Is that we have to create better hooks to get the attention of people who may be interested in your business. And whether it be, getting content that resonate with them or not. But you need to know who are your ideal customers. So we're gonna switch gear to automation, right? Because we're gonna use ChatGPT to figure out some of the problems for you. The benefits of automation is increasing more time, or increasing your productivity. So you're spending more time on doing things that's important to you, and also having consistency with content. And having AI, doing that as tool is going to help you to decrease some of the human errors and boost your productivity. I'm going to stop for now, but so I'm gonna show you ChatGPT, and what they call is it's a prompt. I don't know if you've done that before, but I'm gonna get out of this and. Are you seeing ChatGPT? Are you seeing my slide? Aaron, are you seeing my ChatGPT?
I realized yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right. Okay. Sorry, cut you off, guy. So ChatGPT is one of the AI platform and AI tool that we use. I'm sure some of you have used it before. And I use 4.0. So I'm gonna show you, it says memory full, hopefully it's not. Okay. So I'm gonna use what I have in here. All right. So this is my problem, right? Act as a marketing strategist. I have a brand that helps small to medium-sized businesses in Massachusetts to achieve their digital marketing purposes. Help me to create a list of their problems, their goals, and potential challenges that they may face at the time of converting, right? So I'm gonna do this. So here are the problems, right? A lot of the small, medium businesses, the problems they face in digital marketing is they have limited budget because they're small, right? They struggle to allocate enough funds for marketing campaigns. Um, they don't have time, they don't have the knowledge, and some of their website is outdated. Um, low online visibility, people can't find them. They have inconsistent social media posts, and their content is not so great. It's not consistent. Competition, brand awareness. So these are all the problems, right? And so these are the goals of businesses. They want to increase their revenue. They want to have a better online presence, and they need to rank higher. And then it talks about challenges during conversion, right? They're price sensitive, their customers are price sensitive, and they're smaller, so there may be a trust issue, and so overwhelmed with options, because there's so many options and platforms out there. How do they choose? And they don't want to lock into long-term contracts. So these are like some of the issues. I'm sure you're all familiar with this, as I am. And then, so how do you address these in your strategy? By building trust. So the way we do it is offer free resources, right? We can do audit, we can do free consultation. We can set clear expectations. And then, so then at the end, would you like help drafting specific messages based on these points? So I'm gonna say yes. So, so these are the messages that you can put on your social or on your blogs. The key themes is like, we understand the unique challenges SMBs face. Overcome digital marketing hurdles with our proven strategies. And then these are the tagline. So any questions about this? What do you think about having the ChatGPT to do some of this work for you?
Anyone have anything to add? I mean, I think it's pretty cool and
Yeah.
scary at the same time.
I'll
Yeah.
chime in.
Yeah.
I use it pretty frequently to help come up with email subject lines or
Mm-hmm.
some social media posts too. Sometimes, even if I don't use exactly what it posts, what it
Yep.
suggests for like a post, it helps me think of like different words I can use that I don't use normally.
Yeah, or you're
That's-
drafting an email and you want to sound a little bit differently, more polished, and then you use that. It's very
Yep.
helpful.
Yeah, I
Right.
like
I
I,
can,
go ahead.
I can jump into my video's not on because I'm moving around here, but I use ChatGPT a lot, and I have found it really, really helps with the blog posting because I
Mhm.
typically have time to kind of ramble some thoughts, but not time to actually organize it. And I tend to be really overly wordy. So it really helps me to make it more readable, more concise, and more consistent. So I can definitely vouch for ChatGPT for blog posting for sure. And then I usually ask it to give me SEO friendly excerpts to put that in my blog as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really good summary. I would change some of the wordings because, you still have to make sure that it's consistent. I wouldn't copy word by word, but it's tempting to do that.
Oh, yeah, no, it's like a jumping off point. I basically
Yeah.
draft it that way and then go through and
Yeah.
edit and, change things up and have conversations too with ChatGPT. Like, oh, I like the first paragraph. Can you make it more this or
Mhm.
that? Or can you add a reference from, a reasonable source? So you can definitely redirect it to draft things better too.
Yeah, and I really like getting like the headings. The headings are good. Like if you
Yep.
have a blog and you just don't know what kind of topic you want to put for your header, those are very good. Usually very
Hmm.
good. They'll give you like 10 or 15 different ideas.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'll add in, I use it on my marketing plan that I'm working on. So you can ask about how many therapists are in a certain radius of Wakefield and go in further into those details. Yeah, so it's been really helpful there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So for those of you who are not using it, it's definitely a good thing to start. You can have them write social media posts, like captions. I have them done graphics for me as well. Some of the things that you want to watch out is like those emojis. You can always tell like there are a lot of emojis in front, and so you probably want to take some of those out because it's very ChatGPT with all those different emojis. Any other questions on that before we switch gears?
I think we're good.
Okay, let me go find my.
It's nice to hear that so many people are already using that as a tool.
Yeah, that's great. I just have to find my slide deck. Don't know where it went. Oops. Okay,
You're good.
yep. All right, so we went through this, did the demo. These are the prompts. Here are some other tools for AI, right? If you haven't used Canva, Canva is really good in creating images, flyers, brochures, and they also have AI built in. Pratis AI is good for generating hashtags and creating reels for IG. And Narrato does everything in one platform. It has AI, you can do social media. HubSpot is got AI generated captions, but HubSpot is really used as a customer relation management, a CRM. You can use them for like lead generation. You can create a form on your website, and if somebody submit a form, it automatically goes to the CRM. You can also do email marketing. And then we talked about ChatGPT, good for blogs and social media posts and everything. Jasper AI is another form of ChatGPT, and it can do a lot of analyzing data, automating tasks, but that one is not free. And Gemini is a Google tool. Similar thing, a little bit of a later entry, used to be called BART. And so Gemini is not free. ChatGPT is free, but it could be a little dated because the content that they use back in, I think, 2021, 2022. So we've been using Chat 4.0, and it's been helpful, and it's $10 if you want to upgrade. With the upgrade, you're gonna get more content, so it's probably worth it. So I'd like you to take home as an exercise to really work on a content calendar and to plan your content for like a month. And then use different content types for your blog post, social media post, and make sure that each of the content will align with some of the things that we talked about earlier, which is, does it align your goal to increase engagement, or do you want to drive more traffic to your website, or generating leads, right? So those are a lot of different examples, but if you can create a calendar, that would be good. We usually use like a Google or an Excel Google Sheet to kind of put the date in, the content, and I can actually attach a template for you to take a look. So then you can kind of help yourself to plan it ahead of time. And planning will be good to help with your content. So here's some of the things that you want to think about. Who are your audience? How well do you know your audience pain points? So if you're a therapist, right, you can think about, what's causing, what are some of the problems they have and how do you address them? How does your content address them? And why do you choose a certain platform for each of your content type? I think most of you have Facebook, Instagram, and maybe LinkedIn. So think about how each platform is going to help you to serve the type of content and the goals and whether it aligns with your goal. And then, really be honest with yourself. How often can you publish content? And how much time do you have? So that's just similar to what we're talking about. Measuring the success of each piece of content. How do you do that? That's like if you're posting on your social media, right? You want to see how much have you reached, how many people came and engaged with you. So measuring and going back. So let's say if you do email marketing, you want to go back and see how many people click on your email, what is the open rate, what is the click rate, and how many people have you recruited to be your subscribers. And then do a mini content audit to see, how well you do and whether you have any gaps in, your content. And what are some of the opportunities in repurposing your content? So we have been doing blogs for the last 12 years, and we had to repurpose some of our blogs and putting new links in, and because marketing changes so quickly, so we can repurpose them. So think about what else you can do with your content. So let's switch gear. We're going to talk about hooks and trends. So the idea of a excuse me, viral reel is excuse me, is to focus on three elements in order to make your reel engaging. So you need to have good hooks. The hooks will be good captions and what's trendy and a call to action. So increasing your reels with hooks. So even though you have a good idea, but it really depends on how you communicate it. The idea is to generate curiosity and highlight the problems and your desires of your customers. So having those hooks will, along with the audio and the video, is going to help you to attract more followers and potential customers. So what are some of the good hooks? So for example, 3 tips for high quality metal production. This is actually one of our clients. We change it to how to transform waste into high quality metals, expert tips reviewed. So you want people to open that. How do we do that? How do you get custom signs quickly? Instead of that one, you say, how do you get your custom signs faster without compromising on quality? And then so on. How do you improve your clean energy projects? Unlock the secrets to navigating complex energy regulations. So it has some substance to it, and unlocking the secrets makes it curious. Like, oh, what are you doing, right? So the last one is how do you the untold secrets of securing more funding for your community projects. I mean, who doesn't want to know what the secrets are? So these are the kind of hooks or the topics that will get more people to open up your content. So you can have a bank of hooks available. You can have a bank of videos also and trendy videos. And you can ask ChatGPT to create the hooks for you. So you can go into ChatGPT and just ask them, create a group of hooks for my social media, and the content I want to write is XYZ, and then ChatGPT will give you some samples to choose from. So we're gonna talk about email. Anybody, does anybody do email marketing? You can raise your hands if you have. Okay, Aaron does. Okay, Liz does. Good. If you don't do email marketing, it's a good thing to have to use email marketing, because email marketing is relatively inexpensive. It's on average probably 3 cents per email if you use an email platform, and it has a good return on investment. A lot of people still read email for work, and also to email their friends and families. So subject line is important. Keep them short and sweet, and you limit it to like 10 words per for your subject line. The body of the content, use bullets, keep it short and simple, and highlight what you want to tell them, and don't go on and on and on. And then make sure that you have a good call to action. Such as sign up today, register now, volunteer now. Personalization, make sure, the email program will allow you to say, hi Susu, hi Aaron, right? Make sure it's like more personable. And some of the email marketing email platform like Constant Contact, you can send them birthday wishes, birthday emails, and you can just generate it automatically. Some of these samples, these are one of our clients. It's finally here. Explore the Steel World online. Everything has a call to action. Shop now, new arrivals. So these are some of the things that, you can get people to open your email. And then we're going to talk about automated and drip campaigns. So we know that you can write an email and you can send a bulk email, and you want to use a platform like a MailChimp or Constant Contact or other marketing. MailLite is another one. You want to do that because you can do a lot of different options in there, and not just a straight email from your Gmail account. It also allows people to unsubscribe from your emails if they want to, and you can also automate welcome email, birthdays, and automate, like if they buy from you, you can thank them. So those are the things that you can do in automation, and it's going to save you time, and you can generate leads by nurturing the leads through emails. And it's going to increase the likelihood of conversion. It's through the sales funnel. So the drip campaign is really a sequence of emails that will trigger based on the user's interaction. So if they sign up on your website, right, to your email, it's going to send them a welcome email. And then if they click on the welcome email, then it triggers to, let's say, learn more about our services. Or, would you like to see what our products are? So you can kind of build in those campaigns with from just someone that signed up the email. and you automatically create those sequences. So then when they click on one thing, it's going to trigger another email a few days later. So in here, this is a constant contact example, right? So let's just say, we have an ebook and someone submits the form to get our ebook. Then the first email is we're going to send them an email and then find out, we'll have another email that trigger like, how do you like our ebook? Would you like to learn more? Here's another book that you'd be interested in. And then we're going to wait for 3 days. And then if they click on it, then we're going to send them another email. And we'll see how, where they click. So depending on where they click, you can get send them another email related to where they click. Let's say, for example, they click on a link for a webinar. So then a couple of days later, we're going to send a reminder to them and say, have you registered for the webinar? So that's how the sequence work. It's how the drip campaign can work automatically. Another thing you want to do is to make sure that you can test the subject line and the email design. Constant Contact or MailChimp lets you do A/B testing. So you can do 2 different emails with different subject lines and different call to action and design. And then after 4 days, they will come back and tell you which one is more engaging, and then you can choose that. The drip campaigns, you can build sequences around customer journey. So for example, if you have a new customer, or actually no, not a new customer, a new subscriber, and so that will be like an awareness campaign, meaning that you want to let them know what you do and how you can help them and what kind of services you provide or products that you sell, right? Once they engage with you, then you can give them information about why you're better than others, why you want them to buy from you. So maybe you can send them some testimonials, some things that will make them want to learn more about you. And then the last thing will be a conversion, right? It will be like maybe you can send them an offer, a free audit for us, right? A free consultation or something to try before you buy. So that would be like a conversion campaign. And then segmentation will be based on location, their purchase history. So if you have customers that already buy from you, right, your drip campaign is going to be different than someone who doesn't really know your business. And then you can also do personalization based on what they buy or how they interact with you in the past. So this is a segmentation for new customers, new subscribers. You can have why choose us, transform your home with expert painting. And then if they are already your customers, then you can give them recommendation. This is a painting company. And then if they already purchased, then you can entice them to do some indoor jobs in the wintertime. And this look kind of busy, so I apologize. But for new subscribers, the first email could be welcome email, and then the second one is highlighting your products and services, and the third one will be special offer for first-time customers. And then for engaged users, you can give them more content, some helpful tips, and then invite them to an event or invite them to check out things. And then for the inactive users, will be, try to get them to re-engage with you. You can have something like, we miss you, why don't you come back? We'll give you a special offer. And then give them some customer testimonial. And if they still don't really engage with you, you can unsubscribe them, remove them. So, and then look at the purchasing. So purchase history, if they're your loyal customers, make sure that you thank them and check in with them. Give them early access to new products. Like one of our example, like right now is a Black Friday, so early access to Black Friday, and then give them special loyalty discount. And all these things can be done ahead of time based on really segmenting your customers and also creating emails that can be added to your series. So you don't have to do it every time, but you set it up. You're going to spend a little bit time at the beginning to set it up, but once you do this, then it becomes a lot easier. And then this is just a drip campaign timeline. It's just, if you invite them to come in, you wait for a couple of days. If they don't engage with you, then, you send them a different email. If they do, then you send them a thank you email and continue with that. So finally, just tracking success in terms of your email marketing. You track by open rate, click-through rate, and how many people bounce back. And on social media, you check with engagement and reach and how many followers you've gained so far. So those are some of the measurement for success. And here are some tools for email marketing and social media tools. We didn't really talk much about social media, but here are some tools that you can check out. SEO tools. We use Moz and SEMrush to help with our keywords. And here's we use Grammarly a lot to help with grammars and writing. I know we're closing to close to 7 o'clock, but just a recap. We talked about how to develop a content strategy and calendar. I will send Erin a content strategy calendar for you. How to use ChatGPT to create content, and how do you create drip campaigns for your email marketing. And just one promotion, we are a workforce training provider that's for any Massachusetts businesses with fewer than 100 employees. If they pay unemployment insurance, they can get free training from the workforce training. And if you're interested, here's the link, or you can I can send it to you. Any questions? I'm going to stop sharing. It's a lot of information to digest, but
yeah, it's a lot to take in, but all very useful information. I myself was saying I do email marketing, but just email, sending out information. And I find there's very useful tools on how to follow up and the click, seeing who clicks on it and things like that. So I think the email automation is really helpful for myself, but I can't imagine for a small business as well. So I'm gonna turn it over to the businesses who work on this stuff all the time or have questions of anything that Susu may have talked about today and need some follow-up. I know people haven't been shy, so we do have one hand. Okay, we have Katie. So Katie, if you would just introduce yourself, who you're with. I think you already spoke, but I think it's always good.
Hi, yeah, it's Katie. I'm from Healthy Aging. I was wondering, in terms of hiring a marketing company or paying for marketing, what's an average budget like for a small business marketing? I know I'm sure it varies a considerable amount, but just for perspective, I have a therapy practice with 17 staff members right now, and we have never actually done any paid marketing. But if I was to do it on my own, what would the budget look like versus hiring somebody?
yeah, it really depends on what you want to do and what your goals of your marketing is, right? So if let's say you want to increase website searches, right? By, let's say, location, when people define you, you want to have Google Ads, right? And depending on how competitive the keywords are, right? It could be ranging from $3 a click versus, like $30 a click for like insurance companies. So you want to have like probably a budget of like I would say like $1,000 to $1,500 for Google Ads. And then you want to hire a marketing company to monitor the budget and create the account and stuff like that. So there will be a fee. And usually it's about, there's a setup fee and about 25% of the budget that you'll be paying for the ads. It really depends on how often, how much you want people to do things for you. And I always think that we need to probably have like 10% of your budget goes toward your marketing budget. And then for having someone to do your work, we usually recommend, 5, 6 hours a week to do social and to do email marketing. So if you were to hire someone, that would be, that kind of hours. But I think it's all kind of customizable. Depending on, on your budget.
Thank you.
Does that make sense? And we can talk offline if you're
I was,
interested.
yeah, I was just looking globally. Like I really don't have a sense of what a budget item would look like for marketing. So that really helps. Thank you.
Yeah.
Liz, I think you're up next. Would you mind just saying who you're with, just so she knows as well?
Yes, hi, I'm Liz Reese. I work with the Sweet Base Shop, which is a gift and retail and flower shop in Wakefield. And I also help a local real estate team with their marketing.
Mhm.
I have trouble with SEO. Like, I feel like I understand what it is, but when I have to hone in on topics to research to help the business, for blog posts or maybe for SEO for the website, I get confused on where to start, or I come back with a lot of options and then I don't know
Yeah.
how to choose. Like it feels so broad sometimes. So how do I narrow it down a little bit for, I guess, topics or blog posts?
I think that the first thing is to find out what kind of keywords, how people search your site, right? If you're thinking about website, so on your website, you need to, have good description of your titles, of your page titles. So I call it the metadata, describing it. So, like for example, flower shop, we're a flower shop in Wakefield and we service X, right? One of the things that we usually do is to use SEMrush to find keywords, or you can use Google, a Google ad tool to find your keywords. In other words, how do people search, your line of business?
Right.
And then the second thing is to have content on your website that's searchable. And Google always want people with websites that are quality in content. So make sure that your content has like the keywords in there, but it's also readable.
Okay.
You're not just putting a bunch of keywords in. Location is important, so make sure that your service page will have like where do you service and what type of services. And make sure you write blogs if you can. Like blogs could be like resources, it could be tips, it could be content that relating to your service.
Okay.
And find out where you rank today. SEMrush will let you do that.
Okay.
And so having those things, then you can read, create those content that will help you to emphasize your keywords.
Okay. I'll try SEMrush. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Does anyone else have any questions? I know it's a lot to take in. Oh, we have Judy Romano. If you don't mind introducing yourself, Judy. I'm gonna ask you to unmute. There we go.
Yeah, hi, I'm Judy Romano. I have a virtual caregiver training business. I'm wondering, what do you think is a good frequency for putting content out in the world to establish yourself with potential customers?
Yeah, I think that a lot of people will have questions about how to find caregiving, like the tips. A lot of people have those problems, right? So remember I talked about what are the problems, how you're going to solve them, what are the challenges, right? So if you want to do some of those content, whether it will be a blog or a video, a quick video to talk about some of the tips, we do once a month for a blog, and over time, we have hundreds of blogs. So if you can do that, that's good. And then kind of take some of the content from the blog and make them into social media posts. It could be, something quick, with an image and instructions, or it could be a meme. So you can take some of those content and put them as social media posts. How often? I would say at least once a week. If you have the time, I would do like 3 times a week. Because don't forget, just because you post them doesn't mean that people will see your content.
Mm.
The way that Meta works is that depending on how engaged they are with you, they may not see your content. So the more you post, it's the more likely that they're going to be able to see your post.
And are hashtags also keywords?
Yes, basically it's keywords. And you want to find trendy hashtags. And the way I would do it is to look at your competition and see what kind of hashtags they use. Or you can ask ChatGPT what kind of hooks and hashtags in your line of business.
And
To-
ChatGPT also probably knows your hooks, your SEO, your keywords, all of those things. I've noticed that ChatGPT, if you keep using them, they get to know you and your content and your voice, and then they
Yes.
become almost like a consultant that's personalized to your particular questions.
Exactly. And you can set the tone of voice and your brand in there too. So, start from there, and then you can refine over time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And don't forget email marketing.
Yeah.
So much.
So much.
Does anyone else have any questions this evening? Well, we have Susu here. I think if I don't see a hand come up, I'll just say this right now. I know Susu, I'm sure would be more than happy to answer any other questions you guys have offline as well. So I'll make sure I share some contact information
Yeah, anytime. Definitely.
and the resources too as well.
Yeah, I mean, even though we talked a lot about automation and email tonight, but there are other things that, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to help.
Great. All right. Last call. Any other questions? All right. Well, Susu, I just want to thank you so much. I learned quite a bit as well, but I'm hoping too that everyone can kind of take back what they learned and think of some new tools that would hopefully make your job easier and running a small business a little easier. As a reminder, so thank you again, Susu. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you for having me.
As a reminder, our next and final session will be creating a digital marketing plan, which is next Tuesday at 8:30 in the morning. You will get another email from me reminding you of that. But if you have any follow-up questions, I'll follow up with Susu's info and resources. Always reach out to me as well. So I just want to thank everyone for coming tonight, and we will hopefully all talk soon.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.